Hey everyone, so in this video we will continue with our project. So we had almost completed the validation function and all. We just had to add one line. You can just copy from here. You can just have to write print and then train loss and then give a space over here and then the val loss and again the space and again train accuracy space and val accuracy. Why? Because in the last video we did not print everything. Okay, so this particular line needs to be added, and after that I have run this notebook. It took me almost half an hour. So it took me half an hour to run 5 epochs, and you can see over here the results that we have got. So this is the train loss over here, this is the validation loss. As you can see, the losses have decreased, the train loss has decreased, the validation loss has decreased, and also to say your accuracy, train accuracy and val accuracy, you can see the train accuracy has consistently increased, and val accuracy is also, it has come somewhat plateaued at 89-90%. okay, which means that it's good. Now what we need to do is we need to find the testing accuracy. Okay, and we don't need to do much. We just need to go over here, okay, and just need to copy this entire thing. Okay, I will just copy this entire thing, right? So I'm going to copy it over here and then I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, so once we are done with that, I need to take this one and put, so we need to shift it to the left side. So you are going to hit control and then left square bracket. Okay, so this is going to put it in one step left. So the changes that we need to make is, instead of val loader, we'll have test loader. Okay, so instead of total val samples, so let me write total test samples, small s, samples, and then I have to put it to 0, and here instead of val I am going to have test. Okay, rest everything will remain the same. Okay, here val epoch loss, so we don't need to calculate loss as far as testing is concerned. Okay, so we'll remove the loss, and what we need to do is total val correct. So we are going to say here total test correct. Okay, that is also equal to 0. After that these things will remain the same, and then we will have total test equal to correct, and I'm going to hit shift and enter, and I'm going to let it run. Okay, so one more thing that I realized is you could have removed this loss also, but now that the function has run, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it did not take a lot of time. Now in order to print the testing accuracy, what I need to do is I have to say, so test accuracy is total test correct divided by total test samples. So total test samples. Okay, so let's hit, and we can see here we have got 92.22%, which is good enough, which is consistent with our train and validation accuracy, which is also around 90. So which means our model is working. Right, now what I have to do, so so training is done, validation is done, testing is done. Now let's try to print certain images from the test data to see what has happened. Okay, so I'll go over here. Let me just copy some of the yeah, from here. Let me just copy the entire thing. Okay, and let me go and print it over here. Instead of train path, I'm going to say test path. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first read that particular image. Okay, so let's take it over here and then put it in another column. Okay, so what is this is going to do? Again, it will take a random folder from the test folder. It will take all the images from that particular folder, and then it will choose one image, which is the random image over here. So I'm going to hit shift and enter. I'm going to delete this part over here because I need to make sure that I'm able to run this a couple of times. Okay, so you hit shift and enter, and you can see there is this chukau tapakulo, whatever. So this is the bird. Okay, what I want is basically to figure out what is the output of this. So what I need to do over here is I need to take this particular image. Okay, I'll read it using PIL. So let me do that over here. So from PIL import image. Okay, so let's have that, and if it will create a problem, we will see later how this is going to happen. Okay, so that is done. Now let's try to see your image is image dot open. And what are we going to open? So image path. So the image name is this. So this is the total path. Instead of train path, I had to here test path. Okay, so doesn't matter. Okay, we'll come over here, we'll run it again. Okay, here also test path. So it happens, you know, you make certain mistakes and then you'll learn. Okay, again there is some issue with here, fold test path plus fold all, which is, so it says error to no file directory comes that the test flame bird. Seems like I've forgotten something. Let's go to the top. So this debugging is also very important. Oh yes, the slash is missing over here, as I could say. Now let's see. Yes, so finally, you know, these are the things that you definitely come across when you are coding, and you should be capable enough to solve these problems by yourself. Okay, so that's some learning. That's some learning for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read it as a PIL image. Okay, I'm going to read it as a PIL image. Let's see if I'm able to read. Yes, I am able to read. Now what I need to do is I need to transform this particular image. So transform, you remember we had this transform. So this is the image that we have got. What is the transform? If you remember in the second or third video, we had discussed, we had coded, this is the transform over here. So now we have got the transform and we have got this. Now let's send this particular image. So what we are going to do for normal testing with torch.no grad. Okay, so model is already in the to say uh, testing mode, so don't have to worry. Evaluation mode, model.eval or fin underscore model.eval, we don't need to do that. What we need to do over here is we need to say that fin model, and we need to provide this particular image, but we also need to put it to the device, otherwise it will throw an error. Now let's see if this works. It did not, and we'll have to see why. For the input, yes, how can we forget the batch dimensions? So what we are going to do is we are going to there are two ways of doing it. The way I do it is like this, and hopefully, yeah, so let me have it as an output. Okay, so now let's see what the output is. So again, if you can see, this is again 450 stuff, but what I want is I want the max of it, right? I want the max of it, but I also want the index. I want the index. So for that I have to say I remember over here, so I'm going to say torch.max, right? And we need to provide here the output. And what you need to do over here is you can go above and then copy it from here. What you need to do is dimension equal to 1. You can see over here dimension equal to 1. So we need to provide that, and I'm going to say dimension equal to 1. Let's see what you get. You get the 215th, okay, 215th class, whatever this means. Okay, so there is a way of doing it. I might not be covering it, but what you can see is that yes, whatever this prediction is, this image is 215th image in our data set. Okay, if you want to stay, I'll just try to figure out. There is a way. Okay, just hang on with me. There is a way to figure out what is the actual name. I don't just want to leave like that. Transpose dataset, train loader. What you can do is, you know, this is called digging. So train loader dir of that, and I hope to see classes. Okay, batch sample, collate data generator, multiple persistent pin move, fetch sampler, workout in it. So there is actually a way of figuring it out. So what I can do is another way is, but this is again a test way. Okay, this is not any to say recommended way, so don't do it. But you know, since we are all hackers over here, we will definitely plan to do something. Okay, now I know it is in the 250th class, so let me just 250th or something else. 215th, not 250th, 215th. Double-eyed fig parrot. So it may, you know, it can happen. It is, you know, it's something that's always changed. so it's not guaranteed that it will work, and I told you this is not the recommended way. So there is a recommended way of get index sampler, by which you know what happens is basically with that what you can do is you can figure out train dataset. Is that correct? Let me just see for a second. Yes, over here you can see in the train data set, I told you there is something in the train data set. You have class to index. Okay, I hope there is no index to class. So what I can do over here is I need to go over here and I'm going to say train data set and then class to class to idx. Let me just see what happens. Yep. So what I need to do is I need to go to the 215th one, Eurasian golden aureole. Okay, so you are also over here, you can see it is Eurasian golden aureole. How do we know that? Since this is something that the species is already taken from, the species is taken from the data set, but this one has been taken from this prediction over here 215. It was done by the model, and the model has said, let me just close this one, I don't need it. The model has said that 215th one is so what you need to do over here is, let me just not complicate it any further, and for let's say name comma I in this one, and let's just try to print how it comes, name comma I, and then finally we'll break it. Okay, too many values to unpack. Class how to do that, you know. So I mean, it will take, it will not take a lot of time, but I just need to make sure. So this is the dictionary, right? So dictionary is there, and dot get okay. What I can do over here is I can also find the functions here that exists and then try to map back. Okay, pop item keys, items, get cop, copy keys, values. What you can do is get keys, and since dot get keys, okay, and then pass in the 215. Dict keys are not okay, fine, convert it into a list, doesn't matter, and then over here is 215. Yes, so this is the way you can do it. Okay, this is definitely a, let's say, as we say in you know our in the computer science terms, this is just hacking way of getting stuff done. But yeah, this is how you're going to make sure that you are going to get your so you can remove this, it didn't work, fine. So what you did, you just took class to index dot keys, and then whatever thing, whatever you got over here, the index of this, you basically used it and got your class name, which is, and this is wrong, and so let's remove it from here. So you got that correct class name. So this is the way you are going to implement this project. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. This is the last video. So the series of bird classification project ends over here. In the next project, definitely I'm thinking what we are going to do. Most probably most probably some chatbot stuff, or we'll look into that. Okay, maybe healthcare. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and bye.